Welcome to Business Studies Lessons. Chapter 1, Nature and Significance of Management. In today's lesson objective, we will see the characteristics of management, importance of management, nature of management, functions, and appreciate the importance of coordination. In today's lesson, we will be covering only characteristics of management, objectives of management, and importance of management. What is management? Let me give you a hint. If you are reaching school on time, it is because of the seamless effort of your parents. Similarly, in school, you attend school assembly, teacher comes to your class and teaches, tests are conducted periodically, results are shared, and all this appears to be mechanical, but there are a group of people who make sure that school is managed well so that it functions smoothly. So, the definition says that management is the process of getting things done with the aim of achieving the goals effectively and efficiently. Let's first find out the meaning of the terms given in block letters process, effectively, and efficiently. Let's understand these terms with the help of an example. Imagine there's a shop that received an order for 20 bread which need to be delivered in a day, and the estimated cost at an estimated cost of 300 rupees. The task is said to be done effectively if 20 breads are delivered in one day at the same cost. The task is said to be done ineffectively if 20 breads are delivered by taking 2 days at the same cost. At the same time, if the order was delivered in the same day at 200 rupees, then it is said that work is done efficiently. In other words, when someone is doing the task by utilizing the resources in the best possible way to reduce cost, we can say that the work is done efficiently. So, what is process? The actual work done with an aim of achieving the goal. And it is related to the end product. Effectiveness is related to the end product, and when the task is done on time, it is said to be effective. When the task is done on time with less wastage of resources, it is said to be efficient. So once again, we can say that process is the actual work done for the achievement of goals, and effectiveness is the end result, and efficiency is less wastage of resources. Effectiveness and efficiency is like two sides of the coin. The organization must work efficiently and effectively. So, management is the process of getting things done with the aim of achieving the goals efficiently and effectively. Moving on to our first lesson objective, characteristics of management. So these are the characteristics of management. There are 8 such characteristics. We will see them one by one. First one, management is goal-oriented. Every organization has a goal, the purpose for which it was started. For example, a hospital's goal is to serve the community. A school aims at bringing 100% results, and the shop's goal is to increase sales. Management is all pervasive. Even though all these organizations differs in their goals and the way they work, yet all need to be managed to function smoothly. Management is multi-dimensional. Management includes 3 activities such as management of work, management of operations, and management of people. What is management of work? It states that every organization has some work to do to achieve their goals. Again, hospital serves the community by treating the patients. That's the work they do. A school needs to teach the students for 100% results, and the shop needs to stock the goods to increase sales. Management of people, because an organization is dealing with employees. A hospital has doctors and nurses. A school has teachers, students, and other admin staff. Shop has the owner and other staff to assist in sales. All of them are employees who are individuals of different needs and behavior, and they need to work in groups. Therefore, management must take care to make their strength effective and their weakness irrelevant, because human resource is an organization's greatest asset. Management of operations. In order to get the desired output, the business organization requires input such as raw material, capital, tools and equipments, which passes through a process. This process is nothing but operation, or the actual work done to convert input into output. Management is multidimensional because it includes management of work, management of operation, and management of people. Management of operation interlinks management of work and management of people. Management is a continuous process. The various functions of management, such as planning, staffing, organizing, controlling, and directing, are a series of continuous process, but separate functions, so are performed simultaneously by all the managers at all the time. So it is a continuous process. Of management. Management is a group activity. Management and employees are affected by each other. Management should allow the employees to develop and grow, which will ensure the success of the organization. Here, group effort carries more weightage than individual effort. That's why the acronym of the word team, which means together, everyone achieves more. Management is a dynamic function. We cannot rigidly manage an organization in the same manner at all the time. It keeps on changing. During the course of time, some of the skilled employees may retire or leave the organization, or there might be a vacant position. Externally, new competitors would have joined, and the market has become competitive, and the business is struggling to increase sales. And maybe there is the demand for the product is so high that the organization need to open up a new branch. For all these situations, organization should adapt to change. In your school too, you must have noticed a change of principal, or an experienced teacher has left the job. Then the school management quickly makes some adjustments to handle these classes so that the students are not affected in any way. Pizza Hut, an American company, brought about changes in its menu to survive in the Indian market. So change is inevitable. Management is an intangible force. You must have heard this word intangible in your accounts classes. Intangible assets. An asset that is not physical in nature. You cannot see it, but you can feel it. The examples of intangible assets are knowledge, brand, goodwill, trademark, patents. Similarly, we can feel the presence of management, an invisible driving force, in every organization, though we cannot see it. And if the organization is managed well, it is sure to succeed. Moving on to our lesson objective, that is objectives. This is objectives of management again. What are your aims in life? In other words, I can ask you, what are your objectives in life? We all have some objectives in life, which gives us a purpose in life. Similarly, there are objectives of management too. Objectives of management can be divided into three categories: organizational objective, social objective, and personal objective. What is organizational objective? It is an objective of the organization. The objective of any startup would be to survive in the initial years. As the years go by, they change their objective to profit making. And when they find themselves successful, that's when they change their objective to expansion. There are many more objectives. There are many more objectives in the organization, such as to improve customer service, to attain maximum market share, so on and so forth. Next is social objective. The organization is liable to serve the community by providing them with jobs and not to pollute the environment and use eco-friendly products which are not harmful to the people and to the environment. Personal objective. When management makes the employees work hard to achieve the goals of the organization, they are indirectly helping the employees satisfy their needs for money and their needs to socialize with their colleagues, and some of them even achieve a luxurious life. Next lesson objective is importance of management. Importance of management. So the first one is achievement of goals, then improve efficiency, dynamics in nature, achievement of personal goals, and development of society. As I'm reading, you would have realized that it is very similar to the characteristics of management. And yes, it is true. Let's see. So management helps. What are the importance of management? Management helps in achieving the goals. So the goals, what are the goals? Organizational objective, social objective, and personal objective. Management helps to improve efficiency. And what did we learn what efficiency is? It is reducing wastage to reduce cost. Management helps to be dynamic, which means situation may change from time to time and the organization must adapt to change. All these points we have discussed in characteristics of management. So I'm not going too much in detail. Management helps in achieving personal goals. Management has goals not only for the organization but also for the community and for its employees. It satisfies their financial needs. It satisfies their financial needs, social needs, and higher end needs. Management helps in the development of the society. So, since it has got social objective, it helps in creating jobs and tries to reduce pollution and use eco-friendly products. So, as per that, we are finding out if management is a science or it's an art or it's a profession by nature. Let's check if management is an art. Let's check if management is an art. To know if management is an art, let's know the basic features of art. So what is art? Art is a form of human expression that includes wide range of creative activities. Art itself is of various kinds. Visual art, which includes painting, sculpture, photography. Performing arts, which includes music, theatre, dance. Literary arts, which includes poetry, prose, storytelling. The purpose of art is to communicate ideas, emotions, and experience. The purpose of art is also to entertain, preserve culture, and it is used for commercial purpose these days. Do you remember Modiji's initiative Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav? Gone are the days when artists used to be underpaid. Now, art forms are a means of making money. Hope you agree with me. Art is acquired through study, through observation, through practice, and through experience in performing. Like any other study, it has literature, theories, and principles to follow. One can learn any art form by observing, In talent show, in TV, you must have heard kids saying that they have learned music and dance by watching TV, isn't it? Through rigorous practice and through performing at various stages, one can become an expert in any art. Some amount of creativity is also required to practice the basic principles that one has learned. Is management and art. Existence of theoretical knowledge. Both art and management is based on the existence of certain theoretical knowledge, that is, some knowledge. This knowledge is derived from the experience of the experts. There are a lot of literatures available in the field of art, such as dance, music, public speaking, etc. And there are a lot of literature available in the field of management also, such as marketing, finance, human resource, etc. Personalized application. In both art and management, the application of knowledge varies from person to person. Whatever we have learned, it is not necessary that we apply. For instance, two dancers, two speakers, two actors will differ in demonstrating their art. Similarly, no two managers are alike. Based on practice and creativity, both art and management is acquired through study, observation, and experience. Art involves creative practice of existing knowledge. A successful manager also carries out his day-to-day activities based on the observation and experience. All music is based on 7 basic notes. However, what makes the composition of a musician unique is his ability to use the notes in a creative manner. Who is your favorite musician? A good manager works through a combination of practice, creativity, imagination, initiative, and innovation. So, is management an art? Yes, it is almost similar. Next, we are finding out if management is science. What is science? Science is a systematic body of knowledge that explains certain general truth. Let's find out if management is a science. So, first point they have given a systematic body of knowledge. Science has evolved over a period of time based on certain principles. How these principles have been derived? It is maybe using cause and effect relationship. Cause and effect relationship in simple words means there is a cause behind whatever happens in the world. And science also has proved theories which has been derived from repeated experiments. Science also has literatures and books which has got its own concepts and vocabularies. We have heard of scientific names of plants and animals. Let me explain little more about cause and effect relationship. On to the left, you can see live corals, which is a home for a variety of marine creatures, which one can find underwater in the ocean. They are so sensitive that if water becomes warm, these corals die. So, due to global warming, these corals are disappearing, and so is the marine life. So, the cause is global warming and the effect is dead corals. 2. Principles based on experiments and observation. So, the principles have been, scientists have observed, they have done a lot of observation, repeated experiments, and certain things have been tested in the laboratories. And after that, the principles have been formed. Science has evolved over a period of time based on observation, repeated experimentation, and by testing in laboratories. Principles like Newton's law of motion, universal law of gravitation, we are not going deep into that, but these have been evolved over a period of time. However, since management deals with human beings and all human beings are different, you cannot with a different behavior. You cannot get them tested in a laboratory, and you cannot their results also may not be, even if you take them also, their results are not going to be accurate because humans are different in nature. Therefore, you cannot say management is science, because physical science is definite and exact, whereas management is an inexact science. Universal validity. Principles of science is universally accepted. You go to Japan, you go to US, you go to UK, or here, everywhere same kind of principles are being followed. Since principles of management are not as exact as principles of science, their application and use is not universal. In India, the business environment is different, so different methods are being used. In Japan, it is different. In US, it is different. So the principles that are used in India is not accepted, maybe not accepted in US. We can't be sure of. So based on the features, we can say that the management has some characteristics of science and not all. So we can say that management is an inexact or soft science. The prominence of human factor in the management makes it a social science. It is not pure science like physics or chemistry. Then let's find out what is a profession. Profession is an occupation backed by specialized knowledge and training. We all can mention few examples like doctors, nurses, teachers, lawyers, etc. They all are well qualified. That means that they have knowledge and they are well trained. So let's check if management is a profession. So first it states that it is a well-defined body of knowledge. All the professions, including management, is based on a systematic body of knowledge and comprising of well-defined principles based on a variety of business situations, which is taught in different institutions such as IIMs. You must have heard of IIMs, considered most prestigious institution not only India but also around the world. It is a tough life for science graduate students. First, there is an eligibility criteria for completing 12th. Then there is an entrance exam like NEET, JEE, then 4 to 5 years of rigorous study, and then masters and specialization. The list is just endless. Restricted entry. The entry for every profession is restricted through examination with through some minimum education qualification. But there is no specific criteria for the position of manager in any organization. However, due to tough competition, organizations prefer candidates who have completed education and training from professional institutions such as ICAI, IIM, ISB, etc. But after selection, every organization has their own way of training their employees to meet the needs of the organization. So they just want the basic qualification to become a manager. That's it. Having spoken of IIM, I just want to remind you that with years of hard work, only one can crack common admission test, which is required for admission in these institutions. Even before you can graduate, you can be picked up for the most rewarding jobs in India and abroad. That's how powerful these institutions are. Professional association. All professions are affiliated to some professional association. All India Medical Association for doctors, Bar Council of India for lawyers, which regulate their entry into the profession and frames code of conduct for the profession. Such professionals take oath that they will abide by the rules, and these associations have the right to take away their license. Lawyers are part of Bar Council of India and even they are debarred if any malpractices are proved against them. Ethical Code of Conduct. All India Medical Association has also devised code of conduct for our Indian managers, but it is not mandatory. Mandatory means compulsory for all the managers to follow this code of conduct. What is this code of conduct? Code of conduct is following ethics. And what is ethics? Doing what is right, taking up your responsibility, being honest, being moral, um, keeping living for the values, then living as per your consciousness. Service motive. The primary objective of every profession is to provide service. Teachers teach, even though they get salary, they teach. The primary motive is to teach the students. The main aim of every profession is to serve its clients, whereas the basic purpose of management is to help the organization achieve its stated goal, which is profit maximization in most of the cases. So to conclude, we can say management does not fulfill all the features of a profession. There is no mandatory degree required, no license required, no ethical code of conduct to adhere to. Adhere to means to follow. Therefore, management is not a full-fledged profession, but it is a becoming profession, which means in years to come, it may also be included in the list of professions, but as of now, it is not a profession. So, is management a profession? No, it is not a profession. Moving on to the next topic, levels of management. It is a very simple topic. It talks about, it is like people who live in 3 different floors. Here it is about what position the employee holds and what are their duties and responsibilities in an organization. Levels of management. Levels of management consist of top level management, mid level management, and lower level management. They are categorized like this as they differ in their job title, and their duties and responsibilities. Top level management. Top level management consists of managers at the highest level of management. Here, president is considered to be in the top level management. There are other names for top level management. For example, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer, Chairman, or General Manager. It is known as top level management because it has the topmost position in the hierarchy of the organization. Functions of top level management. The functions of top level management is to create an objective or aim for the organization or lay down an aim for the organization. Based on the aim, they plan the course of action to be taken, after which they appoint mid-level management. They give instructions to middle-level management. They coordinate the various departments of the organization, and they control the entire organization, and they build or maintain relationship not only with the employees of the organization but also with the outsiders or shareholders. Middle-level management. The management which comes just below the top level management is called the middle level management. When the business expands, it will have various departments, and there should be a head which will lead those departments, and they constitute middle level management. This level of management consists of different department heads. For example, in research and development, research RD, R&D manager, finance manager, marketing manager, and division product X, Z manager, or production department. He is the manager of the production department. These managers receives orders and instructions from top level management and pass it down to their subordinates. They are also responsible for executing the plans. Executing the plans means bringing to action and formulated by the top level management. This level consists of, I have told you already, like for each department there will be a manager, say production manager, finance manager, etc. Middle level management acts as an intermediary in between. Intermediary means in between the top and the lower. Intermediary between the top and the lower level management. Functions of middle level management. It implements the policy decisions made by the top. So we have seen that policies are made by the top level management based on their objectives, and they communicate these policies from the top level to the lower level management. At all levels of management must know what are the aims of what are the objectives of the organization, and what are the policies to be followed. Directing the managers at the lower level, then planning the activities to be carried out in their department on a day-to-day basis. Say monitoring day-to-day activities, evaluating the performance of the departmental employees, motivating and rewarding the employees, coordinating with the other departments. It is very important that they communicate with the other departments, because all the departments are working towards their organization, just one or common organizational objective or goal, and reporting what is happening or what is happening in their departments. They need to report to the top level management. Lower level management. This level is known as the supervisory management or operational management. This level consists of supervisor, foremen, inspectors, etc. They deal directly with the workers. So what they are doing, they are planning the day-to-day activities. They assign workers different jobs and tasks. They give report feedback information daily, like how the workers have, how far the work has been done. They report this feedback to the middle level management. They take corrective actions whenever necessary. They maintain personal and immediate contact with the production employees. As a link, they are the link between the middle level management and the workers. They also provide training to the workers. What are the functions of lower level management? They maintain discipline among the others. It is very important that the discipline is maintained. They welcome suggestions from the workers for the better working condition. They help management in, so depending upon the requirement, they help the management. Maybe middle level management is recruiting, at that time selection, training and promotion of the workers. They look after the safety of the workers and safeguard at all critical points to avoid accidents. They prevent grievances. They represent grievances before the middle level management. What is the meaning of the word grievance? Grievance means complaint. Today we are going to learn functions of management. In functions of management, we are going to see what is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Review time. So these are the objectives we have learned. We have learned characteristics of management, objectives of management, and importance of management. Functions of management. Management is what management does, or whatever the manager does. It is a dynamic process because it consists of several activities. Then activities or elements which the manager performs, whatever the manager does, the day-to-day activities, all these things are called functions of management, and it includes planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Planning is the initial task of every management. That is, it is the first step. It helps in determining the future course of action to be followed. Planning is where the business organization is now and where you want to take it to the future. And don't think that when the planning is taking place, it is done by one person. Planning is done for short-term as well as long-term goals. It is Planning is done in consultation with the important members of the organization. It is the primary function of deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when to do, and whom it is to be done, by whom it is to be done. The best example I can give you is that of a business plan. Before you start the business, a plan is prepared. It will end. They set the objective of the business, what they want to do, and how much finance will be needed, how many people will be required, what will be the marketing plan. You can also relate planning to a road map or a Google map, which will show you your current location. And when you type where you want to go, it will show you the route. Planning is where the organization is currently in and where you want to take it to the future. Organizing. It is the process of establishing relationship among the members of the enterprise. It involves grouping of required tasks into manageable departments. That is, you are grouping the task and giving it to various departments, such as purchase department will do the purchasing, sales department will do the sales, marketing will take care of marketing, and finance will take care of the finance. So it is the establishment of authority and responsibility within the organization. At this point, I would like to explain to you what authority and responsibility is. Let's look at the diagram. The person who is placed above you is called the superior, and the person who is placed below you is called the subordinate. The superior has authority over the subordinate, and the subordinate is responsible for completing all the tasks that has been given to him by his superior. So staffing comprises of a series of functions. Recruitment and selection. That means selecting the employee, whether you are selecting it internally or selecting it externally from outside the organization. Training is normally provided to the employees. Then appraisal of the employee in an organization, which means giving feedback to the employees. So first, job analysis. The organization checks how many people are required. Then they advertise. Then recruitment and selection procedure. Then they are trained. Then their performance is monitored and feedback is given. Directing. Direction is not just issuing orders and instructions by superior to subordinate. Let me remind you who is a superior and subordinate. We learned in the previous topic. Superior is the one who is placed above you, and subordinate is the one who is placed below you. It is not just giving orders to your subordinates. It is guiding, motivating, and leading them for what? To perform the task assigned to them. Controlling. First, let us look at the diagram. Let's imagine that the manager is setting some standards for these employees, and then they are being monitored, and then their actual performance is compared with that of the standard set, and then corrective actions are taken if there is deviation. So same thing has been explained here. Steps involved in controlling are establishing standards of performance, then measuring actual performance, comparing the standard of the employees or performance of the employees with the standards, and taking corrective actions where any deviation is found. What is coordination? Look at these pictures. Look at the first one. The first picture, in the first picture, without proper hand and eye coordination, this juggling act cannot be performed. The next one, the highly dangerous act of trapezium, works on the principle of coordination. Even a puzzle can only be solved if there is a proper coordination between the members of the team. Did you get the meaning of the word coordination? So coordination is by which a manager synchronizes the activities of different departments is known as coordination. The best example I can give for synchronize is reminding you of cadets marching in Republic Day parade. With the perfection with which they do, there is some sort of coordination between these cadets. Coordination is an essence of management because it is very important for the smooth functioning of an organization. Even the functions of management, such as planning, organizing, staffing, commanding, and controlling, cannot be performed without coordination. It's like adding essence in cake to enhance the taste, even though the other ingredients are added. Trust me, you make cake one day without adding essence. It will not taste good. So, what is coordination? Coordination is the essence of management. Coordination is the force that binds all the functions of management. What are the functions of management? Planning, staffing, organizing, controlling, and directing. It is required in every function of management. In planning, coordination is required between the master plan and supportive plans of different departments, between long-term and short-term plans. Organizing. Coordinating is required in different resources of an organization and activities to be performed. Directing. Coordination is required between the superior and subordinate, between orders, instructions, and suggestions. In this function, also coordination is required between the standards and the actual performance, their comparison, and giving feedback. Next topic is nature of coordination. Next topic is nature of coordination. So in nature of coordination, the first one is coordination integrates group efforts. Integrates means combines. So it gives a common focus to group effort to ensure that all performances as per the planned performance. Then coordination ensures unity of action. It acts as a binding force between the departments and ensures that all actions are aimed at achieving the goals. Whatever actions each department is doing, purchase department, sales department, marketing. So these actions all are aimed at achieving the goals of the organization. It is a continuous process. It begins at the planning stage and continues till controlling. Not only that, it begins at the day one the business starts, even before that when the planning takes place, and till the business closes down. Coordination is a pervasive function. Pervasive, we already know. That means coordination is used in all kinds of organization, at all levels of management, and at all departments of the organization. Coordination is the responsibility of all the managers. So not only top level, even middle level managers and operation level managers, they are responsible for this. Coordination is a deliberate function. That means even though the departments and the work is moving on smoothly and they are coordinating among each other, the manager need to coordinate their work and their activities. Next lesson objective is importance of coordination. Growth in size. This means that coordination is important when the organization grows, when there is increase in the number of number of employees from say 6 to more, increase in the output, whether to coordinate whether there is sufficient demand or sales, increase in the number of branches from branch 1 to 2 to 3. At times it may become difficult to integrate their efforts and activities. Functional differentiation. since all departments functions in a different way. So all the departments and individuals depend on each other for information to perform their activity. Finance manager may want to know how much budget is required by research and development manager, or how far the research how far the research has been carried out. The process of linking the activities of various departments is accomplished by coordination. Last one, specialization. Specialization means business and individuals concentrate in what they are best at. You must have heard Japan is specialized in electronic goods, Brazil is for coffee, France is for perfume. So, coordination of a specialist is required if an organization is aiming for specialization. With this, we come to the end of Chapter 1. See you in the next session with Chapter 2, Principles of Management. Thank you.